Hi there, good morning. It's good to link up like this. I'm sorry we can't be face to face, but as things would have it right now, we're doing everything we can to try and bring a little bit of comfort and encouragement with you from the confines of our houses and our homes or our offices. And today I want to do exactly the same. I hope the next few moments together will not only be a comfort, but will also inspire you in the days that lie ahead. And I have to say, today in Falkirk the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day, and I think everybody feels better when the sun is out. And it just really, I think it just makes us feel better, even with what's going on around us just now. Everybody loves the sunshine, and it means that we can look forward to taking our daily walks. I have to say that if you or your family need prayer at all, then please do get in touch with Susan or myself or your local church, and via Messenger or Facebook. If you've got our number, send us a text, and we will certainly pray for you or your family during these difficult and challenging times. We love you guys, and we pray for you all daily. One of the things I want to share this morning is something that's been my heart for the last few days actually, and it's really just one line of a passage that you will know very, very well, and it's actually Psalm 23. I haven't been studying it recently. I woke up with it in my heart, and I woke up with the first two lines, and I'm sure it's something that you're all aware of. I'm just going to read the psalm for you just now, just in case you're not familiar with it. And Psalm 23 is written by King David. It said it's an older King David that wrote this psalm because there's a fullness in his experience about it. Something that maybe a young king, or certainly a king in waiting, wouldn't really understand what he's saying here. So it's written from a place of experience. And it says this: "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not be in want. He makes me lie down in green pastures, and he leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness, even for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, and my cup overflows. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." It's a psalm I'm sure you know, and maybe while I'm reading that, you've been reciting it yourself. And I think it was school when I first read through Psalm 23. But you know, what really struck me about this psalm was actually the first two lines, and that's what I want to focus on for the next few moments that I'm with you. And it's, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." The New King James Version says, "I shall not be in want." It's been a psalm that's inspired many, many people. I read a story this morning about a man whose nickname was called Mouse. Not the most flattering of nickname, I'm sure. You don't know who I'm talking about, but actually you know this person very well. In fact, he's a real Scottish legend. And he was in China with his family when Civil War broke out. The Japanese had invaded, and Mouse refused to leave, but he did send his family to safety in Canada. And it wasn't long before Mouse landed in a concentration camp. And he was a quiet hero in that barbed-wired mission field, but unfortunately was suffering from a brain tumour that threatened to take his life. And the Prime Minister at the time, a man called Winston Churchill, pleaded with the Japanese to release him, and offered a prisoner exchange for Mouse's life. And when the exchange took place, Mouse actually refused to leave the prisoner of war camp, and instead he gave his spot to a pregnant woman. Not long after, Mouse unfortunately died. And but his name lives on in history. His actual name was Eric Liddell, the man who featured as the hero in that award-winning film Chariots of Fire. And of course, Eric Liddell went and won a medal in the 1942 Olympics. And I was inspired by his story, and I was thinking, I wonder what was his inspiration. And of course, Eric Liddell was a known Christian, and he would be very familiar with Psalms. And I'm sure Eric Liddell, in his time in the prisoner of war camp, would have meditated on Psalm 23 almost daily, I'm pretty sure. The Lord is my shepherd. He'd have been thinking about different passages from that psalm. But the psalm itself, that is a statement. That first opening line, it's a statement really when you think about it. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And if we just even stop there for a minute and think about what the psalmist, what King David is actually saying, and really I found it hugely challenging to myself and a huge comfort to me as well, that the Lord is my shepherd. This is challenging times. We've never been through nothing like this in my lifetime, and I'm not getting any younger. I'm aware of that. I'm getting older every single day, and I'm thinking I've got a birthday coming up, and I'm probably going to spend my birthday being isolated with my family. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm quite happy to be isolated with my family. I'm very blessed to be isolated with my family, but it's going to be a very strange experience, and I'm sure lots of you are going through very strange and maybe even scary experiences right now, and you're struggling with fear, you're struggling with maybe anxiety, maybe you're struggling with loneliness, and just an uncertainty to what lies in the days ahead. But this is a passage where you can take great confidence from. The Lord is my shepherd. This is where our confidence is. This is who our trust is on. It's not on us or anything else out there, but our confidence is in the Lord. And we're relying on Him during this challenging period of our lives. But we know that if the Lord is our shepherd, He is guiding us as a shepherd guides us. He's watching over us as a shepherd watches over his sheep. And He loves us as a shepherd loves his sheep. And the New Testament is full of stories about a shepherd. And Jesus is described as the good shepherd in the New Testament. It's a fantastic verse and a fantastic thing to meditate upon, that the Lord is our shepherd. But this second part of the sentence, the second line, if you like, is I shall not want. Knowing that God is our shepherd, we'll want for nothing. And yes, there'll be challenges in our lives during this period. We're not going to take away from that, but we'll not want for anything. It's a phrase that of reassurance. You can almost reverse the passage and say to yourself, I shall not want for anything because the Lord is my shepherd. If the Lord is our shepherd this morning, there is no need for panic. There is no need for anxiety, and there's no need for the fear of the what ifs, because we put our trust in Him. He's got us in the palm of His hand this morning that will help us, that will enable us to handle the challenges that lies in the days ahead. I don't know what your situation is right now. Maybe it's all very surreal for you, but you're staying in, you're staying healthy, and that is a great thing to give God thanks for. But maybe some of your family are going through challenging times right now. But isn't it great that we can go to God with our worries and our anxieties and our fear and give it over to Him, knowing that He is our shepherd, and that we will not be in want. We'll have everything around us that we need. Our confidence is in God. Paul writes a passage in Philippians in chapter 4, and I'm going to leave you with this morning, because he went through exactly the same things as we went through in our lives, I'm sure, through various hardships and challenges. And he writes in chapter 4 of Philippians, he says, for I have learned to be content in whatever the circumstances. And the original word here, this word content, meant that he knows where his confidence comes from. That was the meaning of this passage, that he knew where his confidence comes from. He says, I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation. I think right now the coronavirus comes under the realm of in any and every situation. He says, whether being well fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in times of want, I have learned that I can do all things through Him who gives me strength. What a great verse to hang your hat on this morning, to meditate on the Psalm, the Lord is my shepherd and I shall not want, and to know that we can do everything through Him who gives us strength. We'll get through this time. This time will pass. Ecclesiastes tells us that there's a time and a season for everything under the sun, and it will pass. And what's important is how we walk through these tough times. And our walk gets a little bit easier this morning, knowing that the Lord is your shepherd, and through this time you shall not want. May there be a blessing to you this morning. I pray every blessing over you and your families. And I look forward to the day coming again where we can high five each other, give each other a hug, and be able to shake hands and say hello. Many of you might know I'm not the most person that likes hugs that much or high five that much, but I'm looking forward to the day when we can high five and hug each other once again. Take care and God bless, and I pray you have just the best of weeks. Take care.